Alright, so this is going to be a tutorial video or strategy hint on how to beat Tower of Ascension Hard level 100 when it's Lyrith. This is the team we'll be using. Not my favorite team. I usually use Varad in place of Beretta, but I know not many people have Varad, so waste of time to show you a tutorial with a very difficult to obtain unit. So I'm using Beretta because everyone can obtain him. And Varus is a 3-star monster, Griffin. Skill 1 is an auto stun. The reason I use him is because of the auto stun. Combining that with Verde, you're going to be getting turns and more turns, and you're just going to be lapping the enemies, and you'll be able to stun the waves pretty easily so that you don't take a lot of damage. The other benefit of having him is he has an attack break and defense break on skill 2. So regardless of what incarnation Lyrith retains, you're set. You're going to be reducing the defense or the attack power, whatever you need to deal more damage and make sure the revenge deals less damage to you. So you should be good. And you can see from the stats, not very good, but I put it on violent so that I can just squeak out a little bit more RNG, so that when they resist a stun, hopefully get another turn and I can stun them. So here we go. Wave 1, I use Verde to hit the Junos. I use everybody else to attack the Annavels to try to make sure that they don't get a turn, because when they cleanse, it's a pain in the butt. They deal a lot of damage to my mostly fire squad here. They defense break, just a lot of pain. So there we go, it's not so bad. Put out a little bit of heals and attack buff. Crap RNG, huh? All right. Stun. One of the things I do, if you just noticed with ToaH, is I just try to make sure that both Annavels have a slow up at all times. Just helps make things a little bit easier. Just to finish off that Juno there, no big deal. Slow and steady wins the race with this, that's for sure. You don't want to make a mistake and have to do it a second time or a third time. It's really a pain. Nice. When I get to this point, what I usually like to do, toss a defense break up onto one of the Junos so that I can finish him off much more quickly, like that. Removes a lot of the stress. I thought for sure I was going to get that reset of the attack bar, but I didn't. So it's going to be a pain because she heals right back up. But should be fine still. There we go. Thanks to some nice crits from ToaH. Now we just take it little by little. Done. For this one, what I usually like to do is hope for some good stuns. Really, I mean, this is the only stage that can give me some bad RNG sometimes. Yeah, with the glancing debuffs from the Arya especially. So we'll see what happens here. Good. That's about as good as can be expected to start out the round here. I'm not worried about taking a hit here and there. And just like last time, I try to make sure that I have a slow on all the targets, just to help me lap them a little bit better, especially because I have a damage Verde, which is a lot slower than I would like to bring into a battle like this. And once you get them down from a squad of 5 to a squad of 4, like this right here, it puts you in more and more control, because remember, my Varus, with every turn he gets, he stuns. I mean, unless it's resisted. But because he gets so many stuns off, you just, the fewer opponents you have to worry about, the easier it is to keep every single one of them stunned. So you're going to be taking less damage and getting stronger as the rounds go on and the match gets longer. So if you can survive the first couple waves, or first couple turns rather, you should be in really good shape. And you have less and less to worry about. I'm going to heal up there just for the attack. I want some attack power there. And should be good. Got it down to 3. Bam. 2. And slow and steady. Two failed stuns in a row. Oh well. Four. Jeez. Must have some good resistance on him or something. And now it's just basic auto attacks. Get you're winning. So here, luckily, Colleen's first skill is an attack break, so you should be safe even though she Lyrith revenges you. Then you get your slow up, and then your defense break, and now you're good. Counter attack, and the healer. Alright, and see, it's just a nice, slow and steady here. Throw a heal block up on that. One interesting thing about the green incarnation there, which a lot of people don't know, is the damage when you attack and it absorbs attack bar or whatever, that doesn't happen when it's stunned. So if as long as the green one's stunned, you never need to worry about targeting it. When it isn't stunned, you gotta worry, because that's when it get lapped with the turns, which is exactly what you're trying to do to them. Shit. Try to finish this guy off before he hurts me too bad. There we go. And now, if you've noticed, we still have 5 turns left. So Lyrith hasn't moved yet. And I'm just going to press play, see what happens. I mean, I could take my time, try to get some smart resets with the turbulence skill from Beretta. I mean, that would obviously be the better decision here. But I should be okay with things as they stand. So I guess this is more or less to show you that it's not as RNG dependent as you think it is. As long as you have a decent team, you should be in good working order. Now, typically my favorite incarnation for her to retain is the red one, the revenge or counterattack incarnation. Just because I don't like the blue one being retained that she's got right now because of the decrease in the amount of damage that she takes and the glancing and all that stuff. So I like the red one the most, especially because when you attack break it, it just hits like a wet noodle. It doesn't really do anything. So that's usually my favorite. So this one isn't my favorite at all. But you don't need any particular incarnation for this team to work, because whatever she retains, you've got a counter for it. Whether it's the attack break, whether it's the defense break, heal block, you've got all that you need. You've got enough heals. I mean, it's about as safe as a team can get, in my opinion. Obviously, when I add Verad, I have more attack bar control, and when I use Chasun, I have a little bit more safety when it comes to healing on the waves. But as you can see, I mean, taking her down to half now. I'm going to take it off auto just because what I want to try to do here is make sure I get a little bit more damage in, and use the turbulence and skills. Nah, screw it. My turbulence just failed again anyways, so no point. I'll just watch it go. And I'm actually going to turn the music down a little bit. I didn't realize it was this loud. And if you saw any lag there, or any more lag than there normally is, I'm sorry about that. It's because I was navigating through YouTube, and that usually slows things down for me. I have a little bit of an older computer. I'm not quite ready to spend to upgrade. We got her down to 60-70% here. It's going faster and faster. And even though she doesn't have any turns left, remember we do have the auto stun afterwards. So if you're trying to see how long it's going to take, how many rounds of incarnations you have to do, I've never had to go to a second round of incarnations unless I was trying a very, very different team. So with this team, one round of incarnations should be good. Taking it off auto now, just because I want to get that defense break in as soon as possible. Alright, press play. Hopefully we can finish her off like this before the second round. Down at what, 85%? Nice. And the last 5% left, I think. Good, the turbulence worked, and just a few more seconds now. Okay, so right before I sign off real quick, I'm going to show you the runes so that you can see, I mean, they don't need to be like crazy good. My Verde, here he is. He's really slow. Like I said before, I've got him on a damage build. I use him for Dragon's B10. So although his rune quality is pretty good, his setup is nowhere near what it should be for running like Tower of Ascension, because you want him fast with a lot of hit points, and you just want to lap the enemies as much as possible for ToaH. And so although his runes are good, this isn't the build that you necessarily want for it. ToaH, I've got her runed, Violent, Endure. I've got her on a build that I'm using pretty much just for R5. So she's got some good balance between hit points, attack, defense, speed. But she's low on the accuracy. If you're trying to use her for Tower of Ascension, you probably want her to have at least 55% accuracy. Speed, hit points is much more important there. Again, similar to Verde, I've got her on a suboptimal build for ToaH, but she works just fine. Colleen, again, stats are okay, but I've got her full revenge because I use her for frontline for R5, so low accuracy again, and I would use her for Violent runes probably for Tower of Ascension, strictly because I want to make sure that I have the RNG needed to get a couple more heals if I ever needed it. So remember, 3 monsters now, and none of those 3 had good runes for Tower of Ascension. Beretta I used his runes, Despair, Focus. I've got him built this way just because almost 3 years ago now I built him for ToaH normal. Never needed to change him because all I use him for is tossing down some stuns and dots. He's slow, he's weak, there's nothing special about him at all, but he works. And the last monster, I believe I showed it to you guys already at the beginning, but was Varus, right? Let me do it by grade. And he was Violent for more stuns with decent accuracy, 100% crit rate, 200 speed, nothing special. But that's it, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video, and good luck. Hopefully you get the RNG that you need to get out those wins. Have a good one.